Hello and welcome back to Emily Cat 176. As you can see, I'm back house sitting and the house is a bit different this time because it has actually been sold, but the owners are overseas at the moment, and when they come back they've only got a week to pack and move. So I'm here for 8 weeks, and then they've got a week when they come back where they've got to pack everything and then move. So a lot of stuff has already been packed, and you can just see an ear from Donald the cat. Yes, I'm back with Donald the cat. Donald, Ruby and Jessie, and Donald's the one that just loves this camera. So hopefully he leaves my camera alone, and hopefully you can hear me over the wind, because here in Melbourne we have had awful, well, I like the wind, but really destructive wind. We had a reprieve yesterday and it's back today. I've been out most of the day and it was very hard to walk because, as I've said, I don't drive. Very hard to walk. So for all that, it's Wednesday, and Wednesday means poetry. And today's poetry is a very famous poem. A lot of you probably already know it, and I will begin. If you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs and blaming it on you, if you can trust yourself when all men doubt you, but make allowance for their doubtings too, if you can wait and not be tired by waiting or being lied about, don't deal in lies, or being hated, don't give way to hating, and yet don't look too good nor talk too wise. If you can dream and not make dream your masters, if you can think and not make thoughts your aim, if you can meet with triumph and disaster and treat those two impostors just the same, if you can bear to hear the truth you've spoken, twisted by knaves to make a trap for fools, or watch the things you gave your life to broken, and stoop and build 'em up with worn out tools, if you can make one heap of all your winnings and risk it on a turn of pitch and toss, and lose and start again at your beginnings, and never breathe a word about your loss, if you can force your heart and nerve and sinew to serve your turn long after they are gone, and hold on when there is nothing in you except the will which says to them, hold on. If you can talk with crowds and keep your virtue, or walk with kings, nor lose the common touch, if neither foes nor loving friends can hurt you, if all men count with you but none too much, if you can fill the unforgiving minute with 60 seconds worth of distance run, yours is the earth and everything that's in it, and, which is more, you'll be a man, my son. If, by Rudyard Kipling. Now, there are some really good lines in this poem, and I read somewhere, and I think, I'm pretty sure this is right, the line, if you can meet with triumph and disaster and treat those two impostors just the same. That line is written above the door at Wimbledon, and when they walk out through the door they see that quote. That's a very good quote. Very good quote. You know, don't lie, hold on, keep calm, Now, I have said I'm a very happy person. Oh, there's Donald. I hope he's not coming over here. I'm a very happy person, but I'm a very calm person as well. I know that people tell me that I'm very calm, and it's good to be calm. And the line, if all men count with you, but none too much, that puts me in mind of Buddhism and attachment. So I think there's some very, very good lines in this. Now this poem, don't deal in lights or being hated. Don't give way to hating. Hating, I think if you really hate someone, it just eats up inside, and it affects you more than the person you actually hate. I think it can just eat you up inside. You know, I do believe you've got to deal with whatever, and then you let them go. Just let them go and get it out of your system, get it out of your life, whatever. So Rudyard Kipling, he was born in English India in 1865. He died in 1936. I think if anything about Rudyard Kipling, he was a man of his times, because he does have some, when you read about him, he has got some toxic views, I think, which of course not today, not good today. He was a great fan of empire, and he has been accused of misogyny. And you notice with this, even with this poem, he's talking to his son, but it's all about men. He mentions men, but a lot of this would count for women too. But again, I think that's the period he lived in as well. No women's rights between 1865 and 1936. If he was alive today, he may have the same views, I don't know. But that's what makes me think he was very much a man of his times. He had a very unhappy childhood. He was sent away from his parents. And I always knew that he'd lost a son in the First World War. I didn't know he also lost a daughter who died when she was very young. And the daughter was the reason for the Just So stories being written. And these deaths did affect him. So he won the 1907 Nobel Prize for Literature. I'm looking at my notes. In 2002, the UK postage stamps came out to commemorate the Just So stories. Now, of course, Rudyard Kipling, as well as a poet, he wrote The Jungle Book, which I have to admit I never read. Even as a child, I've never read it. I never read the Just So stories either, because even when I was born, he was out of favour. But because this comes to also, some people say if you don't agree with the writer's views and opinions, you can't read what they have written. I don't know about that, because if it's a fiction, then it's I don't know, because I heard someone recently say that she may not read her daughter Harry Potter books because of J.K. Rowling's views, and I thought, to me, and this is just my opinion, to me Harry Potter is very different to J.K. Rowling. I know she wrote it. I love the Robert Galbraith books. She writes those. I love those books. And apparently a new one's coming out. I will read that. But that's a decision we all have to make. So it's it. Rudyard Kipling, he really did have, toxic to our eyes now, the views he had. And because times have changed. But I think with this poem, there's a beauty in this poem, and he definitely could write. He could write. And as I said, although it's man and son, it's all about his son, and I just think there's something for us all. Don't give in to hating. Don't lie. Hold on. And as I said, if neither foes nor loving friends can hurt you, and all men count with you, but none too much. To me, that reminds me of attachment with Buddhism. And I could be wrong. I could be wrong, of course. This is, as I said, this is what I see in the poem. And I know the life before COVID, I saw a documentary on a private school in England. I think they call them public schools, the private schools, I think. I can't remember the name of the school, but it was mentioned in that this poem was recited by the students every day. What do I think of that? Wow. Every day? I don't know. But again, that's up to the school. The parents know what they're in for. Oh, I can't think of the name of it. I can't think of the name of the school, but I always remember that. I don't even know if it's still going, because as I said, that was the life before COVID. So yeah, what did you think of that one? And can you read Rudyard Kipling without thinking of his views? Interesting, isn't it? Something to think about. So that is today's poem. You can still see Donald's ear, but he's sleeping. So that is good, because he's left the camera alone. He's a beautiful boy. He's a beautiful boy. They're all good cats. So as I said, I will be here for the next 8 weeks. And it is looking a little bit empty, but that's understandable. As I said, that most things have been packed away. Because I said, a week after being overseas for 2 months, and then only having a week to get organised and move, it's not much, is it? So that's fine. I've got everything I need here. And as I said, hopefully you can hear me. The wind, as I said, it's picked up again today, and apparently it's going to be bad on Thursday and Friday. So I will also let you know that the videos are now going to be coming out at 5:30 on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. That's 5:30 Australian time, Eastern Seaboard, I suppose you call it. I don't know, because Melbourne's not really on the east, but we're the east side of Australia. So yeah, as I said, let me know what you think. I love to read comments, and I will see you on Friday. Okay, bye.